Welcome everyone to the Visionary Code. I'm going to call this the Visionary Code 2.0 because originally this webinar was scheduled to be an encore presentation of the first Visionary Code that I brought forward in March because the recording didn't come through, and lo and behold, the recording came through. And as life presents itself, I have had an incredible mystic experience with many of you who are actually on this call a few weeks ago during the virtual Mount Shasta experience, which is where this divine medicine came from. And since that experience of astral traveling into Shasta and recovering some ancient key codes, there has been a massive amount of insight downloads coming in for me. So I decided to make this 2.0. You're going to get completely new information on this installment of the Visionary Code. And I have been laying a little low from social media, really spending a lot of time getting these downloads, a lot of time out in nature, so many aha moments coming through, so much shifting happening for me in my field. And my mission is to show up and share it with you here on the planet so you know in real time what energies are coming into the planet, how you need to direct them inside your body, and what you can do with this new technology, with these new skills that you uncover from hanging out here in this sacred container. We're going to be taking notes today. I've got my notes with me here. I want to make sure that you guys have something that you can write on. Make sure that you have some water to drink, water to keep the energy. I'm just going to go through one more time and put everybody on mute. There we go. And again, if you have not introduced yourself yet, please, in the chat box, say hello. Let us know where you're from. And I have one other question for you because I want to kind of get to know you guys more dynamically here in this space. Why are you here today? Why did you sign up for this webinar? What is it that you're hoping to learn and extract and take with you today? So I want to know you. To a certain degree, I feel like I already know so many of you guys. I know your characteristics. I know you are visionaries. I know you're powerful learners. You love to learn in life. I know you have a deep desire to know your true self and to stand in your potential. I know that you want to get lost in a creative project and a passionate pursuit that not only evolves you, but evolves the planet as well. Mary says, I am interested in learning more about the records. I'm getting the market cornered on that area, Miss Mary, so I'm glad you're here. Woohoo! Let's see. Jolie from Western Massachusetts. Jolie, what you want to learn today? Jennifer Wells says, hello everyone from Port Townsend. Love it. Robin from Nevada here to learn about accessing the records. Awesome. Heart-based jump. No cognitive ideas. Eve is following the flow. Following the flow that brought you back in here. Drew. Myself, I got a vision of a lion and a wolf in purple and black along with two numbers. This is beautiful, Drew. Thank you so much for sharing. One of the biggest problems that we have as these visionaries, as those of us who are waking up, we are exploring our potential, is you'll get many signs, symbols, downloads, things dropping in your field, and being able to put all the puzzle pieces together and understand what exactly all of this means is a big thing. We gotta really sharpen those skills for ourselves. Let's see. Jennifer says, with Emily's mentorship, I completed the most difficult chapter of my book, and I don't want to miss anything. Nothing can stop the introduction from Jen to her authentic self. Being authentic and totally self-expressed is so powerful. Donna says, here from Alberta, Canada, just here to learn and join in, learning to trust yourself more. This is huge. Another huge aspect of just the learning curve. It's what happens when we go on an incredible journey, an incredible mystical journey to understand ourselves better. So I feel like I know you. I know some of the things that you are desiring in life. I also know the stumbling blocks because I've been there. I've been along my own path where things didn't make sense, where my karma is still coming up. My karma is kicking me in the butt. these are the things that we need to get out of the way. So, since we are such powerful visionaries, we are such powerful leaders, thought leaders stepping into our authentic selves, what gets in your all's way? And what do you think gets in most people's way that causes them to not have the results that they want to have? Eves is pointing to his head, his mind. Julie said it herself. Yep, type it in the chat box. I want to hear from you guys. Time, yes, myself. Ego, ditto. Fear and disbelief. Me. You guys are an enlightened bunch. The monkey mind, yes. Yes, the subconscious mind. Your past. All good stuff. All good stuff. What if it were simpler than all of these beautiful esoteric concepts that you guys are willing to dive into, though? What if the reason people did not experience the results they wanted to in their life was way the heck simpler? What if it simply had to do with the fact that most people don't take any action? Huge. We agreed that we all like to learn in this space. We're powerful learners. We are hungry for knowledge. We want to be self-actualized, self-expressed. I want to talk to you guys before we dive into the meat of today and prepare you for getting the most out of this experience possible. So I want to talk to you about the different kind of learners that there are. Okay? There is what we know as the passive learner. The passive learner, those are you guys who are going to be here. You're going to be half paying attention, taking some notes. You're going to check your phone once or twice during this. You're going to pause. You're going to go get up and get yourself a snack. You're going to come back. You're going to be multitasking. That's a passive learner where you are just barely present in the environment. Okay? Someone said, can we raise the volume on my end? I can barely hear you. Okay, and Krista says we cannot see you on camera now. So let me just pause for a moment, make sure. Can everybody see in here? Thumbs up if you can see in here. Yes, good, good, good. Okay, wonderful. All right, so we've got the passive learner, right? That's those of you who are half in and half out of this. We've also got the theoretical learner. The theoretical learner, you guys are the ones who, you're gonna take really good notes. You're gonna have some aha moments as we're going through this. But when you're done with this process, you're probably gonna put your notes in a drawer. They're gonna stay along with a big old other stack of notes that you've taken. Because this is not the most complete kind of learning we can do. The third kind of learner that we have is the practical learner. And that's those of you guys who take the notes, you pay attention, and you take action. You create a plan for yourself of how you're going to implement the knowledge that you have gleaned into your life. And being a theoretical learner versus being a practical learner is where many of us are on our spiritual quest. We are still in the process of being theoretical learners where we're taking the notes, we're taking the insight, it's coming in, but we're not clear on what we do with this information, how we make this actionable in our lives. And therefore, our lives don't change. Our lives look like the same thing over and over. The karmic cycles that we're constantly in keep revolving. They just keep rotating. Thank you guys for sharing what kind of learners that you are. I got some honest people in the house. Tig says, I'm a passive learner. Ugh. Holding space. For whatever place you're at in being a learner that you want to step up and you want to step into, there's more that's possible for you when you deeply engage. I'm going to ask you an obvious question. What kind of learner do you think is going to get the most out of this experience? Thank you. The practical learner. Yes, the practical learner is going to get the most. Theoretical is good. I want you to pay attention and take the notes, but I want you to find places where you can take action today. And you can get very clear on exactly what you need to do so that this information doesn't just sit in the drawer with you. It actually changes your life. Now, I am going to give you some steps today that you need to take some actionable steps. I'm even going to do the first one with you here. We're going to do an activation together, a very powerful activation. But before I take you guys into the vulnerable realm of your consciousness, where the most deep and passionate parts of you exist, this quest for consciousness and expanding our consciousness, which will lead us together collectively into a new experience of life. This is really important stuff. Before I take you on this really important journey, let me tell you who I am and why I'm qualified to do it, okay? If anybody out here is new and this is the first time that you are in my container. I am Emily Harrison, founder, director of the Akashic Academy, and I work with visionaries, thought leaders, and difference makers who want to unleash infinite intelligence. We do this through the realm of the Akashic records, where every detail of not only your life, but every piece of information throughout existence is located in a realm of consciousness that when you learn how to control and manage your own energy, you can shift your consciousness, move into these higher states of intelligence, and recover wisdom. And I love my job. It's so exciting. I get to travel the world speaking, sharing about the Akashic records. I spend the majority of my day-to-day minutes and hours with students, with clients, creating content, teaching. There are days when I'll spend 10 to 15 hours a day in the higher etheric realms of the Akashic records, and it's fine-tuned my vessel to be able to open up and bring in insight and knowledge that I can share with others that will open up incredible possibility for you. But it hasn't always been this way. I was like many of you for a long time. I was a self-learner. I probably spent 20 years teaching myself, following my curiosity, whatever pulled me into the next space, I was there. And let me tell you, I was the practical learner. I was full attention, I was taking notes, and then I was practicing whatever I learned. I did this for a very long time. So I know that there are big ways that you begin to advance and life gets really exciting. You begin to feel like you can take on the world. And I know the problems that come with that too. I began to see my karmic cycles so clearly. And just because you can see them doesn't always mean that you can fix them. There are actually several different kinds of karma. How many of you guys have spent time working on your karma? Shifting your karma, understanding your karma. Karma. Let's talk about what is karma. Me, yes, I see you, Mary. Katarzyna, yes, thank you. Namish, people telling the truth up in here. I like it. I spent a lot of years dealing with managing, looking at my karma, my own personal karma. There's also ancestral karma, and I want to tell you guys a little story about ancestral karma and what I've been able to overcome, because ancestral karma will get you. That one is, yeah, 40 years or so, thank you. Ancestral karma can be a really difficult piece to understand and to dive into, and many of you are entering into moving through your last and most intense cycles of karma, which include your ancestral karma. You've spent a lot of time clearing out the personal. Ancestral is what's coming in really big for you. And when ancestral karma showed up in my life, once I was able to recognize it and clear it much more quickly, once I had the tools of the Akashic records, once I had tools to understand how to see more dynamically my karma, I was able to move through it very, very quickly. Now, before I recognized my ancestral karma, that shit held on for like 20 years, I gotta say. And it affected every aspect of my life, including my biggest dreams, my biggest goals, my biggest aspirations. Many of you know that I spent 20 years in Hollywood as an actress, also traveling the world, working with amazing directors, actors, people I respected, highly respected artists. And it wasn't until I dove deeply into spirituality that I recognized how that timeline of my life, how going to Hollywood was really allowing me to see and understand and work with my ancestral karma. I had ancestral karma of rejection. I realized that this came from my maternal grandmother, who lost her mother growing up as a young child. So she grew up without a mother. And her mother died of complications from an abortion. So my grandmother grew up with this belief system. How could she not take this on? That she must have been an unwanted child too if her mother didn't want children. And this rejection was illuminated within her genetic structure. We're going to talk about telomere. We're going to get sciencey later. I'm going to teach you how you can turn on and off different aspects of your DNA, your genetics. But this got turned on in her and passed down into me. And I was working on that rejection on a very subconscious level on a daily basis. For every amazing job I got in Hollywood, which there were some fun times in Hollywood, let me tell you. But for every job that I got in Hollywood, there were probably 150 that I didn't get. Daily rejection working in my field. And I was doing the things that a human who is excited to grow and to learn and to accomplish her dreams does. I was clawing my way through it little by little. Well, that's okay that they didn't like me. There's another audition coming, working small steps through this cycle. Until I realized, oh my goodness, this is an ancestral karmic cycle that's presenting itself in me. I need something big, something dynamic, some powerful ritual, some medicine to be able to heal this for myself. And when all of these pieces began to come into my awareness, it was around the time that my grandmother was entering the last stages of her life. And I was able to go back to Missouri, where I grew up, and be there with my family during her passing. And when I realized that I was coming back to my hometown with this understanding of wanting to lay this ancestral rejection to rest with the physical passing of my grandmother, but it needed something more than just my grandmother passing and observing that. I needed to fully release that. And for me, it looked like speaking at her funeral. Going back to my hometown, where I came into this planet geographically, releasing all of that, caring what anybody thought of me, how my message landed, how I would be received, and share a beautiful testimony of my grandmother's life, along with a lot of my own mission too, which is inviting people to open up and to be a part of the energy that we can't experience with our five senses, to feel my grandmother there in the room, to remember her. And it was one of the, probably one of the proudest moments of my life, to stand up and do that. And I realized I was laying to rest this ancestral rejection because I was able to see it. I was able to dynamically understand it. And I was ready to release the karma. You know what karma is? Karma is simply a belief system that you've taken on at some point in time that does not speak the truth of your divinity, of the divine being that you are. That's what karma is. I'm going to say that again. It's a manifestation of a belief system that you've taken on, and that belief system does not support the truth of your divinity, of who you are. I was able to lay that to rest. Fast forward 6 months from clearing up that ancestral karma, speaking on stage, giving a keynote at Harvard University on the Akashic records. The clients and students I work with now, these are absolutely world changers, thought leaders. I'm working with students who are stepping up and getting their PhD, some that already have their PhD. Published authors. My students are experiencing visceral interaction with higher dimensional beings. I'm working with psychotherapists. I'm working with cancer survivors. I'm working with these leaders of our planet who want to bring in this esoteric knowledge, this deeper understanding about what's going on our planet. They want to bring their own level of genius to their field of mastery so that they can help others. That's what happens when you clear ancestral karma really quickly. How many of you guys could use a process like this to clear your ancestral karma? How many guys wish you had this 10 years ago so you could start getting through your karma? Hand up. Mary Berg says, hand up. Katarzyna says, yes, please. I love it. Thank you, guys. What has been so incredibly beautiful for me since virtual Mount Shasta is the recognition of not only our Schumann resonance, that is the pulse, the heartbeat, the energy of Mother Earth, that magnetic energy pulsing off of our planet, along with the powerful cosmic energies that are coming in from our sun, great central sun. But also this energy is being magnified in the sacred vortexes of the planet, which is why we did the virtual experience in Mount Shasta. Many of you know this is an in-person experience happening this summer. But with the state of our current environment with COVID-19, we had to shift the dates, and therefore we decided to do a virtual experience of going into Mount Shasta and recovering key codes. And since that experience, my awareness of how the cosmic energies are working together to wake up things within our cellular structure so we can embody our genius. How many of you guys have been hearing the word embody thrown around a lot these days? How many of you guys want to embody your genius? Embodiment is the step of moving from being a theoretical learner where you're just writing it down to actionizing it. I made that up. I gotta make sure I write that down. Actionizing. Okay. Making it actionable, that's what becoming embodied to your genius is. And I'm going to share with you some understanding, give you some very simple scientific frameworks so you can understand what is shifting in your cellular structure inside of your body. So that you can direct these energies, you can, and how do you direct them? You simply understand how they work and use your intention to tell them what to do. So we're going to dive in and do that activation today. All right, you guys ready for some powerful activation? All right, I'm going to pull up a little screen share here with you guys. Give me one moment to have this all nice and set up. All righty, how many of you guys can see my screen? Yes, we got it? Right on. All right, so we're gonna talk a little science here, everybody. It's gonna be easy science, so don't worry. Don't worry, be happy. Get my clicker to work here. We're gonna talk about epigenetics. We're gonna talk about the telomere, and we're gonna talk about why people still fail. All right, so let's start with epigenetics. Epigenetics is the coding that happens above your DNA. Epigenetics actually means above the layer of the genes. How simple is this great diagram for you? Flip it on and off, okay? So here's how I would like you guys to look at your genes, your epigenetics, the cards you were dealt here in life, all right? Your DNA, your genes do not actually shift and change. You cannot change your genes. However, you can flip on and off the impulses, the information that is coming off of the genes, that is coming into the genes, that create an almost infinite number of possibilities on how the information coming off of your genes is read, how it becomes embodied. okay? This is where all of our wiggle room is in our epigenetic field, which are like little switches, on and off switches, where you can turn on aspects of your genetics or you can turn off aspects of your genetics. And that is associated with your DNA, okay? So let's look a little bit at the telomere of the cell, because the telomere of the cell are also very, very important of our cells, actually of our chromosomes. All right, so when I have this slide up here, first thing I want you to notice is, see the shiny rainbow DNA down there at the bottom? That's what we just looked at. All those epigenetic coding aspects happen on all of those little pieces of DNA, okay? So I want to bring your attention here to the cell and the nucleus of the cell, which is where your chromosomes are. So those chromosomes inside your cell, that's where your DNA is, okay? Once we turn the lights on in there, and you can begin to look around more dynamically at your patterns and learn which switches you want to flip on and off with your epigenetics, there's a lot you can do when you turn those lights on. Let me show you where the lights are. The lights are the telomere that are on the ends of the chromosomes. They're like antenna. They receive light, which we know light is information, right? There was actually a point in our human history when our telomere were much, much longer. Our telomere have been shortened for a variety of reasons. But when we use the cosmic energies at play, the powerful Schumann resonance, the energy coming in from Great Central Sun right now, when we magnify that through specific places on the planet where we increase the energy, we have the ability to turn on, to more dynamically illuminate our telomere. And this is where I want to work with you guys right now and do a powerful activation together. Who's ready for an activation? Bringing some powerful energy into your body. Let's move our bodies around a little bit. I want to stretch you just a slight bit, get you ready for this process. I'm going to invite you to, let's start by stretching out the fascia inside of the body. The fascia is also a bioluminescent element of your body. So I want you to put your hands straight out. Kind of hurts. It's almost like you're pressing in a doorway and you're pressing your palms against that doorway. Feel that stretch. It should hurt a little bit, right in this part of the body, right in this part of the body. This is your connective tissue, your fascia. There are aspects of our physical being that become bioluminescent when we send our consciousness, our awareness to them. Stretch open that heart space. Prepare yourself to receive. Let's do some slight twisting in your chair. I want you to wring out any tension from the spine. So holding on to the side of your chair, giving yourself a slight twist and breathing. Many of you guys know this from your yoga practice. Stretching both sides. And now I want you just to shake off, give your body a full body shake down. Yes, you're gonna look ridiculous, it's totally fine. Releasing the static electricity from the body. Get it, I say Katie's getting it. Oh, get it, 1, 2, shake it. All right, now sitting up nice and straight, we are going to go into a state of lucid meditation here together. To call in that light frequency, specifically working on our telomere. All right, closing your eyes, turning your awareness inward. Feel the energy that you created in the body just by moving, shaking, releasing the energy, twisting. Tune deeply in with your body. And anytime we're doing embodiment work, it's so important that you relax every single aspect of your body. No tension anywhere. So we're going to start with the top of the head. And we're going to move down our body. Relaxing, we're gonna have a little fun too. We're gonna try to relax some of the more random places of our body. So locate your awareness on the crown of your head, in the scalp area. See if you can relax your scalp. Feel the relaxation moving down the body, melting down the front of the face, relaxing the eyes. See if you can relax your ears and your nose. What does it feel like to relax the sensory parts of your body, relaxing your mouth, relaxing the jaw, the tongue, relaxing down the neck, front, back, side of the neck, into your shoulders. Feel the relaxation moving down the body, the arms, the rib cage. Try to relax your rib cage, keeping yourself sitting up nice and straight so the energy can flow, but relaxing the bones. Relaxing down into your belly. Feel your lower back, your pelvis relaxing, the hips. Moving down the legs. See if you can relax the back of your knees. How about the front of your knees? And down the front part of your shins, relaxing the legs, the calves. How about the ankles? How about your heel? Can you relax the heel of your foot? How about the arch of the foot? How about your toes? Good, feeling the body totally relaxed. We're going to begin now shifting the consciousness. So I'm going to invite you to breathe in and out through your nose for this experience. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Focusing on the inhale, pausing at the top. Slow exhale out the nose. Pausing at the bottom. That pause space is really important, so do it again. Nice deep breath in. The pause is the 0 point energy, the place where two waves meet. Nice exhale. Now I want you to bring your awareness to your lip right underneath your nose. Very specific part of the body, moving the consciousness and focusing it in a certain location in space and time, which happens to be right under your nose. Take a deep breath in, feel the cool air. Hear the sound of your own breath. As you exhale, gently feeling the air move on the nostrils, move on the upper lip. You might notice it's warmer on the exhale, cooler on the inhale. Keeping as much of your consciousness as you can focused right underneath the nose, on the lip. This is sharpening our ability to stay focused on one aspect of our bodies, which we're going to use next to go into the cellular structure and work on the chromosomes, on the telomere. So imagine now that you've attuned your body, that you can look inward on the incredible network, the cellular structure that is your body. We're going to move into the heart space, so traveling through your cellular structure, moving into the heart. Find the most central cell inside of your heart. We're going to set the intention that we're going to use this master cell to inform every cell inside of our body. So imagine the cell going into the nucleus now. Finding one specific chromosome that you're going to work on. And now with your consciousness, just focusing on the telomere. As you breathe in, watch the telomere get more illuminated. Gentle pause at the top of the breath. And then as you exhale, it's like the telomere are exhaling as well. They're releasing some of their brightness. We're just going to practice doing this, controlling that light right now, controlling that intensity of light with your intention. So nice deep breath in. Seeing the chromosome getting lighter, lighting up. Gentle pause at the top of the breath. This time as you exhale through the nose, you'll notice some dimming, but not as much dimming. The telomere is holding more light. Good, take another deep breath in. Calling more and more illumination into the telomere. It's brighter and brighter every time we do the breath. And then as you gently release, you notice the telomere stays brighter than the previous breath and the previous exhale. Take one more nice deep breath in. The brightest yet, gentle pause at the top of the breath while all of that integrates. This information is downloading, replicating itself into the DNA, informing every other cell inside of your body to hold this level of light. With this exhale, watch your telomeres stay just as bright as you attuned them. Now, what we've done is we have effectively turned on our ability to see all the different possibilities. And this doesn't just mean the possibilities for our lives. It means we can now see all the possibilities, all the reasons why the karma that we are stuck in, whether it's your personal karma or your ancestral karma, this will all become illuminated for you now. And that doesn't mean right now in this exact moment. It means right now you're doing the workout that you need to attune your body, your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual body to begin activating your genius. Your genius will allow you to see and understand the reasons why you're stuck in the cycles you are and how to move and shift it. Good job. Take one more nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, shift your awareness from the telomere on the chromosomes and go even more microscopic into the on-off switches, the epigenetic coding. And intuitively, I want you just to go through and set your switches now. Trust your intuition, on, off, on, off, on, off. Just imagine that you're moving through a switchboard, turning special codes on and off. Good job. Take a couple more minutes to allow yourself to notice the shifts within your body. As you begin flipping switches, you're going to notice movement, energy, awareness in different parts of your body. It doesn't have to make perfect sense, just notice it. With one more nice deep breath in, then we're going to release this meditation and come back to a conversational state with each other. Nice deep breath in. Gentle pause and exhaling as you exhale, coming back to a state of presence in the room. Move in the body a little bit. Notice how you're feeling. I'd love to check in with you. Again, how are you feeling? You feel buzzy? You feel etheric? You feel a little high? How you guys feeling? Some powerful, peaceful, Teresa says, some powerful, literally astral travel experiences that we're doing here. When you shift your consciousness, Katie feels open. Love it. And that's exactly what this work does too, is it begins to open up our field so that we're clear. Yes, relaxed and open. Christine, clarity, empowerment. Thank you, Christine. I'm still feeling it. My mind's still coming back down. Here's the kicker. Even with, Melinda's feeling very buzzy, me too. Even with this powerful information, this powerful activation that I've given you guys, a whole lot of people will still fail when it comes to experiencing and expressing their genius and taking this information and changing their lives with it. Angela feels lots of activity. Whew. Thank you. Your intention is to work on behalf of every man, woman, and child on our planet. So beautiful. Thank you for being here. How many of you guys feel like the work that you do individually is also for the collective? I talk to a lot of my students about that. Amy, you're so welcome. Yes, 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 yes. And truly, we are doing that. Every amount of up-leveling that we undertake for ourselves becomes available to the collective. So just by doing the work and influencing your personal field, you are shifting consciousness for everyone here on the planet. Namish, I am awesome. Thank you, Namish. Cheryl, absolutely. Lynn Mahoney, yes. Tammy, yes, yes, yes. You guys are all here. Tammy Godette, yes. Working for the greater good. Even when you have these tools, why do you think people still fail? Once they have this knowledge, this information. I'd love to hear from you guys. Why do you think you fail? Christine says non-action. Yeah, I set us up good for that one, for the answer to naturally be non-action. We're going to dissect it even a little bit more. We're going to look at the nuance of what happens when people don't take action. We're going to talk about why people fail, even when they have this powerful information right at their fingertips. Because when you don't take action, there is essence of what you're missing when you choose not to take action. The first piece that people are missing is a lack of guidance. You have some of the information, but you don't have complete knowledge of yourself, of how these energies work together. You don't have somebody walking you through uncharted territory. The second reason people fail, even though they have the information, is they lack structure. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to put it into framework into their own life. Third reason people fail is lack of mentorship when they need it. Light workers who are up-leveling not only themselves, but doing it for others on the planet, showing up in teaching, showing up in creating powerful new modalities. We need the sacred container and mentorship and guidance and structure more than your average Joe here on the planet. So we are pioneers on the forefront of something that requires our imagination to be sharp, our skills to be sharp. We have to support each other in that. And probably the biggest reason most people fail is they lack accountability. Trying to be accountable to yourself, that shit don't work. How many of you guys have tried to be accountable to yourself before and you've fallen right off? Yep. Very difficult to make big shifts in your life, like going vegan, for example. You don't have guidance, structure, mentorship, and accountability when you're trying to make a big shift and change like that in your life. Ooh, doesn't happen. All right. We are going to talk a little more now. I want to get back on no more slides for now. Hanging out with everybody face to face. All right. So if you know now more clearly why people fail, how many of you guys would like more guidance in your life? If you'd like more guidance in your life, let me see you. Show me who you are. Katie says me. That's right. How many of you guys know and identify that you need more structure in your life? Who needs more structure? Yes. Katarzyna says yes. Christine says depends on the need. Yes. How many of you guys need mentorship? You need someone to hold you in a space when you're struggling. I need that. I have lots of mentors in my life. Who needs more accountability? Katarzyna says me. Mary Break, me. Yes, thank you all. Amy, we all need it. 100%. We need guidance. We need structure. We need mentorship. We need accountability. You're like, some of you are like, oh shit, it sounds like she's about to sell me something. How many of you guys think I'm about to sell you something now? I'm not. Well, I'm not, okay? I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm not going to be pushy. But I am going to serve you. I am going to inspire you to take some action. I am going to create a pathway for those of you who are tired of dabbling and you're ready to move along a course of mastery. I'm going to give you an opportunity. An unprecedented opportunity with me. I might have to just add. Because what I'm about to open up to you is absolutely brand new. And I'm also going to entertain you as we go through this process. So I'm going to tell you a little story. You get a story before we get to the sales part. Not selling you anything. I'm really not. The selling does itself in this arena when you show up to hold people, to inspire people, to give people the knowledge and the skills that they need. Okay? And part of how we share knowledge, how we share information is through storytelling. We've had a little science, we've had a little philosophy, now we've got to have a little literature. You got to be very well-rounded when you're here in my space. Okay? Just like we have been experiencing our own karmic cycles in our life, we've talked about what some of those karmic cycles are. All right? We experience collective cycles as well. The whole entire collective Mother Earth, we are experiencing our own repetitive karmic cycles. And before we get into specifically what karmic cycle we are replicating and experiencing right now, I want you guys to have a really deep understanding of how important it is to get your karma cleared out of the way. I want you to have an experience seeing how it adds up on you. Okay, so right now on your paper, I want you to write down, and please share with me as well, and share with everyone here in the comments. I'll do a special zapping activation for all of you who get vulnerable and share. Share what the most pressing karmic cycle that you're dealing with right now in your life is. What is that for you? What are your most pressing karmic cycles that you need to get out of the way? Fear of success. I love you, Jen. Money. Yes. Thank you, Katarzyna. Eves. Disappointment with male paternal figures. Oh, good stuff. Betrayal. Yes. My relationship with my daughter. Thank you, Teresa. Past lives coming up. I see you. Sarah. Yes. Lack and disappointment. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Yes. Money and relationships. Stepping into your true self. I see you, Tig. Yes, 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 yes. What do you think if you don't take any action on shifting money and success? I see you, Tammy. If you don't take any action on shifting your karma, any unprecedented action that you haven't taken before and tried before, what do you think is going to happen to you in the next 6 months? Take a moment and just feel the adding up of this karma over the next 6 months. How do you think that affects other areas of your life? Some of you are wanting to step up into your mastery and your genius. Stay frustrated for 6 more months of not doing that, and it will turn into 20 years before you know it. And you won't just be frustrated with the fact that you haven't stepped up into your unique role here. It's going to affect your health. It's going to affect your finances. It's going to affect your other relationships. It's going to begin to bleed out everywhere in your life. As above, so below, baby. It's not just us on a microcosmic level that are experiencing it in our personal world. Mother Earth is experiencing it too. But we know, we've already established that when we do the work on ourselves, we are shifting it for the entire planet. The cycle that we're currently repeating on our planet is the cycle of entanglement in ancient Lemuria and ancient Atlantis. These were very high level civilizations, high in their levels of consciousness, high in their levels of technology. Okay. You could debate whether the key code, the actual key code for the visionary code, because there are key codes everywhere, we need them all. You could debate that the key code that I brought in for you today was the activation, was the understanding of how we're going to use the telomere light up our own internal structure so that we can begin to see what we want to flip on and flip off. I believe the true key code is the understanding that we have lost something from our past and we're searching for the answers to that. In modern day society, we are seeing Atlantis and Lemuria, the discrepancies over the future of humanity and society and what it looks like playing out again. We are seeing the templates of where technology is advancing faster than human consciousness is advancing. That's not good. That creates a society that is out of balance. We need to bring this balance back. We've talked about some astral travel today. That's when you shift your consciousness and you move your consciousness into another point of space and time. If you want to consider it like most humans consider it, linear time, where it's one long line, which is not really. This is just how we humans are perceiving it. But if you look at time as linear and you look and understand the aspect of past, present, and future, you can send your consciousness into another aspect of space and time, into an aspect of the past of ancient Lemuria, where you can recover more key codes, more understanding, more knowledge about who you are. You tune into another aspect of this time-space continuum where your soul is showing up, where your soul has access to more consciousness than you do right now in the plane of existence that you're in the 3D. You learn how to move your consciousness, just like we moved it right here to the underneath your nose, the tip of your lip. You can move it into another dimension of space and time where you can begin to recover insight, understanding, and knowledge about who you are, where you come from, and why you're here on the planet. How many of you guys would like access to that kind of information? The keys, me, yes, Mary, me, yes, thank you, Katarzyna. Tig, yes, yes, yes. This is the opportunity that I'm going to present you, is an opportunity to recover this information. There are a lot of places where you can go in our modern day world and begin to get esoteric information, knowledge, and understanding. Lots of places you can go to learn about the Akashic records. You can get a book. You can look on YouTube. Until you start diving into experiences where you are exercising these muscles and you are practicing and playing with your skills in a community where you are respected and held in a space where your highest unfolding, your highest good is the intention of the entire group, you won't get nearly as far as you want to get. And you cannot find that experience everywhere. Very limited places where you can find that kind of experience to advance your consciousness. Okay. I am going to share with you now something unprecedented and so special. Give me 1 minute to set up all the pieces for you here. The incredible experience that I talked about that has brought in so many powerful insights is now available to you. How many of you guys can see my screen? Make sure everybody can see it. Good, give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen. Thumbs up, we doing good? Awesome. Never before has this particular package been presented to anyone other than the 27 amazing souls who went through this process with me. 7 key codes of alchemy. This is a certification training that will take you into Mount Shasta via astral travel, where you will recover some powerful information. I'm going to show you guys exactly what you're going to learn, what you're going to save, what you receive, and let's talk about if this is even the right next experience and the right next step for you. Okay, those of you who hear me talking my elevator pitch all over social media, you know who I work with. The visionaries, the difference makers, the thought leaders, people who are here to have a huge impact on the planet. Whether you're impacting millions or whether you are impacting and influencing your personal field, you are here to do big work. Okay, and you need specific things that you cannot find anywhere. You guys have to have laser sharp intuition so you can stop the cycles of karma that paralyze you. How good would it feel to no longer have to deal with aspects of your personality and the way you show up to life that paralyze you and keep you frozen? You need special support so that you can step into your influence. Like I said, let's talk about influence for a minute. Some of you guys are here to influence millions, and some of you are here to influence your family, your tribe. It doesn't matter how large of a scale you're here to exercise your influence. It matters how potent your influence is. And you need special support so that you can embody your genius. There's nothing more frustrating than learning all this esoteric knowledge, but not being able to use it to actually affect change in your life. That's why you want to come hang out with me. Because like I told you guys before, I spend 10 to 15 hours a day working in these fields, helping other people move into a state of embodiment where they can access their deepest inner wisdom. You want unparalleled influence over the matrix so you can experience a life that is joyful, peaceful, exciting. Like I said, I know you. You want to get lost in a passionate pursuit that changes the planet. Well, let's talk about how you're going to do that with this special activation. Here's what you're going to learn in 7 key codes of alchemy. 4 powerful activations. In activation number 1, not only are you getting me, but you're going to be exposed to a variety of masters in their field. For the first activation, you are going to receive deep upgrades in your psychic intuition, your ability to see, hear, feel, and perceive in the realms of energy that are beyond what your physical senses can perceive. You're going to learn advanced skills like astral traveling. I talked about how the energies coming in from the great central sun and from the Schumann resonance are magnified at the vortexes. Mount Shasta is the root chakra of our planet. The energy is huge in this space. And you're going to attune your body to hold higher frequencies of energy. So you have more aha moments. I talked about in one of the videos leading up to this event that an aha moment is when your conscious mind and your subconscious mind meet each other. Your subconscious mind is so much smarter than your conscious mind. Whatever your IQ is in your conscious mind, your subconscious mind is 200 to 300 points higher. And when your conscious and subconscious mind meet, you have these aha moments that ignite your genius. Reattune your body, your frequency to hold and to call in more of these aha moments. The second transmission, you will actually get powerful energy flowing directly from the vortex through this amazing being, Paul Venus, who has one of the great spiritual gifts of influence where just being in his field, being in his presence, will open up you to release density, to see the God within yourself. You're also going to have a powerful experience with Saint Germain. I shared with you before, after my serious quantum upgrade, learning to read the Akashic records and all the upgrades that come with it, the level of other beings that I'm working with now absolutely blows my mind. And that doesn't just mean the ascended masters on the other side, like Saint Germain. It means my clients, my students, myself, my colleagues are having visceral contact with the ascended masters, whether it's in dream time, whether we're seeing them appear in the doorway, whether we are having unexplained experiences in the woods where other people are witnessing it as well. This is actually happening from doing this work, and this is the cusp of the next evolution of this energy coming into planet Earth, are these level of visceral experiences. Oh, Serenity Portal. I also told you guys in those preliminary videos, those prelude videos, that I would tell you about how Serenity Portal shifted my life. Receiving a transmission from this space on the grid, first of all, opened up to many downloads that I've shared with you guys during this sacred classroom experience here today. But it also shifted my personal life into a state of complete serenity, of surrender, and of relaxation. It has allowed me to set the work down when I need to set the work down, go sit outside, let more insight and knowledge just come into my field. I don't have to work for it nearly as hard. It's a state of presence, it's a state of being. Feels like I'm on vacation every moment of my life, even if I am showing up doing this work that I love to do. Everything about how I show up and how I enjoy myself and my life shifted 2 weeks ago. And I was already in a pretty good state. I have to say, the serenity that has learned to anchor itself, I've learned to hold and anchor that frequency, is something that I never want to do without again. Just mind-blowing. Activation number 3, you are going to learn about medicine training. You want to work with facilitators who have the ancient wisdom, the ancient secrets that have been passed down to them. You want to learn that knowledge? Come hang out with Jessica. Incredible being. Jessica is not only one of my graduate students in learning to read the records, so she has that ancient mystical wisdom in her lineage, but she also has incredible information about alchemy. During this activation, you'll tune into the sheer power of nature, harmonizing your energy so you can always maintain balance. Imagine a life where you can hold serenity and you don't fall out of balance. You don't exhaust yourself. You learn how to harmonize and be in a state of bliss all the time. What is that worth to you? It's pretty darn good if you don't have it. You will also begin to see things that you have never seen, possibilities, understanding that has been right in front of your face for I don't even know how long. For me, it was 2 years. There's such a good story, and I wanted to tell you the story of the unseen possibility that appeared to me after this class, before the next activation, but I will ruin it for those of you who want to dive in. It's like telling the end of a movie when you haven't gone to see the movie, because during this experience of virtual Mount Shasta, the 7 key codes, you will see the story that I'm referring to unfold before your very eyes, a completely unseen doorway that was right in front of me the whole time that is incredibly magical. You will also acquire key code number 6 here with Jessica. So the first 4 key codes come in the very first activation. The second key code of Serenity Portal comes with Paul. I'm sorry, first 4 key codes. Key code number 5 comes with the second activation. Too many numbers. Key code number 6 comes with the third activation. And key code number 7 is actually crafting the elixir, and this comes in activation number 4. This medicine, and again, this is a special medicine that I have here. Gem elixir medicine will awaken the ancient wisdom within you so that you can make powerful, bold, confident decisions. How many of you struggle with decisions in your life? I've struggled with decisions for a very long time. I do not anymore. I make swift, powerful decisions, and it feels amazing. I save a lot of time in my life by making swift decisions. This medicine also begins to help you see the truth of who you are. One of the biggest reasons that you have all of these karmic cycles following you right now is because you have believed something about yourself that is not in alignment with your divinity. When you know who you truly are and there is not confusion about issues, about things that are triggering you, life gets very easy and fun. Take away the confusion and just play in the excitement. You feel like a kid again. This medicine will hold unique properties to each one of you. As you craft the medicine, it takes on its own individual properties. And these properties are designed to support the unfolding of your highest and best good in life. That is a powerful key code that you acquire through this process. Let's talk about what you get in this special experience. You are going to receive 4 unparalleled activation clinics. He said to be on the forefront, to be a pioneer. I'm speaking of myself here. I'm a pioneer on the forefront of the energies moving into our planet at this time. I get the information. I say, what do we do with this? Why is it important? And we begin to play and exercise ourselves, our consciousness in the information that comes in. Every single video, you are going to get a powerful activation that will give you the support, the embodiment, the key codes that you need to begin shifting your reality. There is a treasure journal involved with this, the Alchemist Journal. This is for you to log your aha moments. When you write those things down, when you write down and get clear about who you are and your mission that becomes revealed to you through this process, and you write it in this sacred journal, these are the first steps of it becoming actualized here on the planet. You also have the opportunity to earn a certification, to become a certified Akashic alchemist so that you can energetically assist others with their own alchemy, with their own transformation. What alchemy is taking ourselves from a corruptible state and moving into a state that's not corruptible. And then you get to make medicine. This is not your traditional course where you're sitting down taking notes all the time. We have crafty hour. We got to have art class. Many of you know I was an art teacher for 5 years when my kids were going through elementary school. Getting hands-on and being creative, bringing alive the ancient knowledge of crafting medicine and alchemy will be one of the most fun things that you have ever experienced. All on the root chakra, Mount Shasta, incredible planetary vortex and gateway. All right, let's talk about what you will save. This is why you can't not dive in. Who wants to spend more minutes settling for less than they deserve? What if that ended today for you? What if I told you you don't have to settle for less than you deserve in your health, your wealth, your relationships? You take inspired, unprecedented action, you don't have to have that anymore. You don't have to continue spinning your wheels. Be in that state of confusion. That can go away. You can save yourself confusion so that you can instantly tap into inspiration, solutions, and opportunities right in front of you. So many of you have a longing. He said, I know you because I am you. You have a longing to experience more than what you're currently getting out of life. It's a fulfillment issue. That comes from knowing your unique purpose and understanding the cosmic mysteries of life. I just want to share some quick testimonials with you of a few of the amazing beings who experienced this journey. I know you can read, so I'm going to let you read there. But let me tell you, these are a whole lot of wows. Wow, words cannot express my appreciation and gratitude. Wow, this was an awesome experience. Oh my goodness, goosebumps ever. You know why people have these kind of testimonials? Because they had an incredible time. There are not many words besides wow, wow, wow that can truly express and share what it's like to have one of those aha moments that changes your life. We even have a very special testimonial here from one of our beautiful facilitators who can't wait to do this work again. What we unlocked together that is now available for you is something that I personally can't wait to do again. These kind of experiences are the next level of advancement and learning for those of us who are ready to quit dabbling, quit learning about consciousness, and ready to step into a road of mastery. All right, so now we're going to get down to the money part. Almost. Let's talk about the benefits one more time. 7 key codes of alchemy. Awakening your past. Remember what's at stake. Okay? What we're talking about here, everyone, is the ability to evaporate your negative karma by learning the truth of who you are, why you're here, and what your unique role is here on the planet. Knowing your unique role and embodying your genius, this is how you step up into mastery. This is how you experience a joyful, fulfilled life. It's not just about knowing these things anymore, it's about actualizing them. So how much do you think that is worth? How much would you be willing to pay to invest in yourself? You guys know my programs are pricey. How much do you think it's going to cost you to exercise complete influence over the matrix? You think it's worth $2,500? $2,500 to change your life, anybody? No, not today. This is so fun. I have never gone full used car salesman in my offer before, but I'm going for it today. This is so fun. How many of you guys would pay $2,500 to exercise complete influence over the matrix, to evaporate your karma, and to embody your genius once and for all? You probably haven't invested in yourself like this since you went to college. And if you didn't go to college, don't feel bad, because I quit school. I only went for 2 years and I hightailed. I'm like, no, I'm going to seek my fame and fortune in Hollywood. I invested more than $2,500 though before I left college. We haven't invested in ourselves and our abilities, most of us, since the time that we were in a more organized educational space. What if I told you today it was only $1,500? How many of you guys would get really excited about exercising influence over the matrix at $1,500? Any yeses out there? Let me see your head shake. Let me see your thumbs up. Well, you don't even have to pay $1,500 today. What about $800? $800. You know, if I said to you, you no longer have to move through the washing machine cycle of your karma. One fell swoop. You get the skills to open up and not do that anymore. You don't even have to pay $800 a day. What about $500? To embody your genius, to know your unique role in society, to set out on an adventure that will begin revealing all of these things to you. It's not even $500. That's why I said this is unprecedented. None of my programs are $300, except this one. During this time of crunch in our society, people are needing something dynamic and powerful, especially as we're at the phase now where we're going to start re-emerging on the surface. They're going to let us monkeys out of the cages. We're re-emerging into our real lives. You can't not take this knowledge, this possibility with you as we are showing up creating something completely different on the planet right now at this time. All right? Anytime we give the offer, this is when a lot of you start freezing up. Let me take it off the screen. Just us monkeys back here on the screen together. This is when your fears start kicking in. This is when your monkey mind starts telling you all the reasons why this is not for you, why this is not the right time for you. What happens? Your doubts begin to come up. Your primitive mind that says, I don't want to get sold anything else, comes up, and this is what prevents you from taking action, from making this an actionable decision that begins to shift and move things in your life. I'm going to ask you guys again, how many of you wish you had access to a course like this kind of wisdom, a long time ago? Teresa, Melinda, yeah. Both of these students went on this virtual experience into Shasta and had the powerful, profound impact. This is medicine that you can no longer wait to dive into. Okay? There's going to be a very, very special bonus for you all too. I'm going to put right in here into the chat box the link for you to sign up. And I have something very special for you guys. Those of you who sign up right now on this webinar, who are not going to let anything stop you from taking action, you are going to receive a very, very special bonus. I talked about this visionary code being 2.0. This is not an encore version. There is a previous visionary code where more incredibly powerful information was brought in. For those of you who purchase right now on the webinar, you will not only receive access to that recording, which has not been released, but you will also receive a one-on-one integration experience with me. Okay? One-on-one integration experience only for those of you who purchase right here. Tick says, where is the link? Christina says, I wonder if it's one payment or if there's a multiple payment option. It is one payment of $300. And if you are somebody who wants a payment plan and you need that, you're welcome to reach out to me privately and we can arrange that for you. All right? This says that I'm speaking to everyone publicly. Hang on 1 second. There is the link. Put up right now at the bottom of the screen. There is the link to dive in. Again, only for those of you who purchase on the webinar do you get the special bonus of the original Visionary code along with a 30-minute deep integration session with me. And I'd love to open up the field now for any questions that you guys have. Any questions about what you learned today, questions about the activation, questions about the opportunity to dive in for virtual Mount Shasta. I'm ready. Yes, yes, yes. Christina says, I'm ready for you too, Christina. Good work. I am excited to hold the space, Christina, for exactly what is ready to break through in your life. The breakthroughs from those who have experienced this collectively 2 weeks ago have blown my mind. He said, not only is there the profound personal shift of how you show up to your day-to-day life, but the insights that drop in, the projects that have been kicked off, kick-started, and created are something that it is an incredible honor to be at the helm of, ushering in energy that can open and ignite the genius that needs to be embodied here on the planet. Eves, did I see you raise your hand for a question, or were you just waving? Just waving, just moving his body around. All right, Tik says, what are the days? I don't see that. Did I miss that? What is the days? So this was done as a virtual online retreat. There are recordings from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. These are activations. These are activation clinics. These are the classes that you can participate in. Okay, those will come to you once you sign up through the link. Those will be emailed to you. All of the coursework will be emailed to you. And there are certain pieces of your Akashic journal, your alchemist journal, that you will need to submit to be considered for certification. Jormana says, is this an online event, a video experience? Yes. And you will be given access to all of the videos as well as resource materials that will support you going through the process. Okay. Let's see what other questions we have there. Are there prerequisites? There are no prerequisites to this course, Sarah. Thank you. I do have deeper dives, deeper immersions where I only work with students who have completed learning to read the Akashic records. This is not only a brilliant starting point for you, which you do not have to have advanced classes and advanced certifications with me, but this is also an incredible up level for those of you who are working at a very advanced level already. Depending on where you are at your own stage of advancement, more and more and more will be revealed to you. So you could do this one time, create the medicine, give yourself 6 months to really integrate deeply into what you've experienced, and then dive in and do it again. Have another round of growth and up-leveling. This work, the work in the Akashic records, meets you right where you are, and you have deep immersion into the records every single day through this activation. And when you begin to work in these higher states consistently, more can be revealed to you each time you go in and open your mind and heart. Melinda says, I am definitely not the same woman. Me either, Melinda. This has been one of the most powerful experiences of my life was virtual Mount Shasta. Thank you, every single one of you, Jolie, Tammy, Teresa, Melinda, Chris, Cynthia, Denise, Cheryl, Dr. Tricia, all of you who have stayed, Kim, Tammy, Tig, Tina, All of you who have opened up yourselves and come into this sacred container. Mary, I love you all deeply, and I'm proud of the work that you are doing. It's my privilege and honor to continue to support you, bringing through the cutting edge technologies, understandings, and developing the methods that you can begin using this so you can truly experience a life that looks a lot different than what you're experiencing right now. I love you guys so much. Jormana says she's trying to sign up, but then it takes me to a whole different page after I submit the payment. Sometimes technology is just what it is. I will absolutely look into that for you, Jormana, and make sure that everything is working correctly, and it has been noted that you purchased on the webinar, so you will qualify for those extra bonuses. Angela says, busy signing up. Thank you so much. Angela, I look forward to those of you who are diving in for this experience. I look forward to guiding you through this process and knowing you even more deeply as we continue to grow and expand together. Namaste, everybody. Have a beautiful rest.
They were the intuitives, the mystics, the healers, kind, generous, peaceful, and loving. The original shaman. Vibrating at the highest frequency, the Lemurians controlled the forces of Mother Earth, walking on water, standing on fire, transporting themselves through the air and ether. The Lemurians were magical star beings with no limit. They were the most sincere devotees of the divine in her creations, yielding them the power of guardianship and alchemy. The Lemurians built a spiritual paradise on earth, abundant in all forms. A society of peace and harmony, no hunger, no homeless, all were cared for. All were provided with the necessities to live a peaceful and happy life, perfectly aligned with divine order. In preparation for a giant cataclysm, karmic repercussions from disharmony and disagreements with the Atlanteans about the future directions of humanity, the Lemurians began anchoring the codes of alchemy and the planetary templates for harmony within the crystalline structure of the human body, as well as within the body of Mother Earth herself. The Lemurians began to share their secret knowledge as they transferred the consciousness and crystalline coding into all humans who were ready. They also left behind a second aspect of the codes within the sacred vortexes of Mother Earth, the magnetic catalyst that would activate the crystalline DNA. When enough of Mother Earth's sacred memory returned, her frequency would raise, activating the vortexes and synchronizing the crystalline DNA carried within your genetic code. Many ancient Lemurians are now returning, carrying dormant codes within their DNA that, when fully activated, re-engages their ancient knowledge and strong love for Mother Earth. The energy to harmonize these codes within your DNA exists on sacred Mount Shasta, the vortexes where you've left behind knowledge and vibrational frequency await your return, activating your DNA, offering you, the direct descendants of Lemuria, the gifts of her unforgotten magic.